Hammerhead and Thunder Crunch have appeared, and also Octagon is running wild again. I am Haru Ren. Welcome to my review of episode 7 of Bakugan Gen 3. So spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of Bakugan Gen 3, episode 7. The first part is Octogan Wrong. Griffin and Juno are trying to come up with new ways to upgrade the Bakugan in order to really prove they're a worthy clan.
The other clans don't take us seriously. They think we just play video games all day.
I did all that work to find Gold Evolution, and now everyone's using it.
I do like that they are really continuing the story of the Misfits' struggle to really prove they are a legitimate clan. It's why they've been losing a lot since the start of the series. It's because they're trying to find their footing and establish themselves as main heroes. And you really see that they're growing increasingly frustrated with this journey, since they were the ones who found Gold Evolution, and the other clans just straight up took it and don't even acknowledge their work in discovering it. You really feel for the Misfits. But they are visited by Isaac, voiced by Jonas Charlie, and his Bakugan Octagon, voiced by Frank Chung. They were the duo in the first episode, and Octagon was the Octagon that went crazy, and they went to the Misfits to have a brawl, since the Aquatic clan banned Octagon from brawling due to the incident, instead subjected Octagon to becoming a multi-massage therapist. The Misfits don't know to trust Octagon from going berserk because of the concerns of the destruction that he could cause, which you see is a genuine concern, but Dan goes along with it anyway because he wants to help Octagon. Now finally, some great hero writing. They have a brawl, and when Isaac throws the card, it glows red. This is one of those moments that becomes important later on. If you blink, you might miss it. It's actually pretty good. The action is decent, though it does look pretty good since unlike the previous episodes, they actually have time to really put the effort to make it look great, not to mention the subconscious anticipation of Octagon possibly going berserk. But after being hit by one attack, Octagon actually does go crazy and causes severe damage to the mod. I kind of feel like that the Aquatic clan planned this whole thing in order for Isaac to brawl with the Misfits and destroy their mod. It would have been a pretty cool and diabolical story, but that's just a fan theory I have.
Ventry! On it!
Looks pretty angry.
We missed!
Ventry had a clear shot with that net gun, but she aims like a stormtrooper. But Drago gets caught and Dan gets him a strength bam, knocking each other out. Octagon explains that he was part of an experiment before his first Rampage, and the Misfits try to find a research facility that was experimenting on Octagon. And then we continue with Eat Meat, where the Misfits investigate a company called Illusion Tech, discovering that they have an underground lab. So Dan and Mia infiltrate the facility while Griffin studies the red light that came from Isaac's gate card. I like how during the infiltration scene we get some comedy like where Dan nearly gets caught, but also some very serious revelations like Mia finding out her dad is involved with experimenting on Bakugan, and also the cruel torture that the Bakugan are being put through. It really furthers a deeper story while also giving us a bit of a lighthearted moments for a kids show. Dan and Drago break down a door that is giving off the same energy as Isaac's skate card, and they meet Hammerhead, voiced by Rainbow Sun Franks. He's...
Eat meat! Eat meat! Eat meat!
For some reason, Hammerhead is being subjected to the I am Grouped syndrome, where the only dialogue he speaks is eat meat. They also meet, for some reason, Tai Kamiya from Digimon. Actually, this is Hammerhead's partner, and they don't reveal his name in this episode, but I'll spoil it for you. This is Thunder Crunch, voiced by Desmond Snan. He's...
Hammerhead and I met here. Neither of us have anywhere else to go.
You broke down the door!
No problem. This is the only room you can open a portal.
Yeah, I don't really want to pick on this kid because it seems like this is the first time this guy is acting. I imagine Thunder Crunch's voice being kind of Martin Mystery, Sam Vincent-like performance.
Yeah, I was thinking of planting a seething nest of maggots in your meatloaf, but even I have limits.
But this voice that they got right now for him is just... not what I was expecting, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Thunder Crunch has amnesia from all the experiments he was going through. Oh god, this is so dark. So he was forced to stay in the lab since he has nowhere else to go with no memory. I guess this lab is breeding Black Widow brawlers, but seriously, the background behind this lab between abusing Bakugan and now experimenting on kids that were probably kidnapped from their homes, this is seriously dark for a kid's cartoon. So Thunder Crunch and Dan brawl, and Hammerhead goes Titanium special attack, showing Titanium is a defense evolution as opposed to Gold offense. The brawl itself was pretty good and Dan wins, but the alarm goes off and Dan and Mia make a run for it.
Back here, V!
You're not stealing more of our tech. V, they think we're someone else.
Is that foreshadowing? But the portal doesn't work in the building because I guess electromagnetic energy or something, I don't really know. But Thunder Crunch guides them to a room they can open a portal in, and Dan convinces him and Hammerhead to go with them.
Hey, come with us. The Misfit Clan is a family. If you don't know where you belong with us.
Mike Taylor's performance at this part is just spot on. You know, when he's given actual dialogue that is written to be part of the scene and then actually makes sense and isn't forced to sound funny, I don't hear someone that's trying to play a role, I hear Dan Kuzo. And I like that they're using the Rubik's Cube as a visual metaphor for Thunder Crunch, whose character is like that Rubik's Cube, an unsolvable puzzle, but with enough time and patience he can eventually figure it out. It's pretty good. And the episode ends with Thunder Crunch and Hammerhead joining the Misfits, but Mia is troubled that her dad is the one behind the illegal experiments.
I get the feeling that there's someone behind it.
Dad.
This is going to be a fantastic Bakugan or family arc for Mia, and I'm all for it. So that was Gen 3 Episode 7. Let me know your rating of the show was in the comments down below. This episode was good, setting up the story of the rampaging Bakugan and catapulting the character story of Mia and her dad. We got the introduction of Thunder Crunch, the action was decent, titanium special attacks were shown, it was funny when it needed to be, and overall this episode provided some really interesting plot seeds being planted and was entertaining to watch. I like that they revisited Octagon from the first episode so it doesn't feel like he's a throwaway character, but everything else I got barely little to no complaints. But despite that, I really can't feel like this was an eventful episode. It's definitely not bad, but I can't really say it's an attention grabber either, so I'll give this episode a Baku good. Thank you for watching this review of Bakugan Gen 3. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, thank God for Rapid Fire, and Ventry is based. Bye!